You know, we all do it. Every single day. You turn the key in your door, you hear that click, and you just assume you're safe. But what if that little piece of metal at the heart of it all, that cylinder, isn't quite as tough as you think? Well, today we're going to decode ERA door locks and find out. So think about it. When you lock up for the night and hear that bolt slide home, do you feel secure? You absolutely should. But here's the thing, and it's a little unsettling. Not all locks are created equal. So let's figure out if yours is really up to the job. Okay, so this little guy right here is the Euro profile cylinder, and you can think of it as the brain of your entire locking system. I mean, it's where the key goes, it's what holds all the important bits, and ultimately it's the gatekeeper deciding who gets in and who doesn't. It is truly the unsung hero of your home's security. But, and there's always a but, right? Because it's so important, the cylinder is also a burglar's #1 target. A weak cylinder can be bypassed with honestly shocking ease, turning your big, solid front door into nothing more than a polite suggestion to stay out. And that's exactly why we need to understand what makes a lock strong. So, if you've ever looked at the packaging for a new lock, you've seen all the jargon, right? Anti-this, anti-that. It can feel a bit like you need a secret decoder ring, but don't worry, we are about to crack the locksmith's code, starting with the terms you're going to see everywhere. First up, anti-pick. Now, this is your classic movie scenario, the quiet, stealthy attack. Anti-pick locks fight back with these specially shaped pins inside. They're designed to catch and jam burglars' tools, making it incredibly frustrating and really, really difficult to get that lock open without the proper key. Next is anti-drill. This is a totally different approach. It's all about defending against a pure brute force attack. No finesse here. A burglar just tries to obliterate the lock's core with a drill. But anti-drill cylinders have these reinforced, hardened steel pins and plates that are literally designed to shred drill bits and protect that core mechanism. And now for a really clever and kinda scary technique called bumping. A burglar uses a specially cut key, gives it a tap, and that little vibration can cause the pins inside to jump open just for a split second. Well, an anti-bump lock is designed with clever internal parts that absorb that shock, stopping the pins from jumping and making that bump key totally useless. But of all the ways to break in, there is one method that has become alarmingly common, especially for homes with UPVC or composite doors. It's called cylinder snapping. It is not subtle, it's fast, it's noisy, and it's brutally effective. This right here is the #1 threat that you need to be thinking about. And this brings us to what is arguably the single most important feature for a modern lock, anti-snap technology. And what's so brilliant about it is how it works. Instead of just being stronger, it's smarter. See, there's a sacrificial weak point built into the outside of the cylinder. So if a burglar tries to apply force, this outer section is designed to break away clean. But, and this is the crucial part, the core locking mechanism stays completely intact and secure inside your door. The door stays locked. It's just a fantastic piece of defensive engineering. Okay, so now that we've cracked the code, how do you choose the right lock for your house? Well, ERA makes this pretty simple by breaking down their lineup into 3 distinct levels. You can just think of it as a good, better, and best way to match your actual security needs. So let's start with good. This is your ERA standard cylinder. It's a really cost-effective, totally reliable lock, and it's perfect for internal doors, say a home office, or for low-risk spots on the outside like a shed. But for your main front and back doors, yeah, you're definitely going to want to step up the protection from here. Now, moving up to better, we've got the ERA British Standard Cylinder. And this is a huge leap forward in security. It's certified to a really tough industry standard, which means it has been independently and rigorously tested against attacks. It's got all those features we just talked about, anti-pick, anti-drill, and anti-bump, which gives you that certified peace of mind. But hang on, what about that #1 threat we mentioned? Snapping. To get to the absolute highest level of security, you need a lock that is specifically designed to defeat that particular attack. This is the one feature that truly defines the top tier of home defense. And that brings us to best, the ERA High Security Euro Cylinder. This is the top of the line, the whole shebang. It takes all that certified protection from the British Standard model, your anti-pick, anti-drill, anti-bump, and then adds that absolutely crucial anti-snap defense. This is your maximum security solution, built from the ground up to defend against the most common ways burglars try to get in. So let's put this all together, shall we? Here's a quick side-by-side look that's going to make the choice crystal clear. See? It's pretty straightforward when you look at it like this. You've got the standard cylinder on the left. It's basic, it's affordable, and it's great for inside. In the middle, the British standard gives you that certified protection against picking, drilling, and bumping, a fantastic baseline for any external door. And then, for the ultimate protection, the high-security model on the right adds that critical anti-snap defense. You can see exactly how the features, and your peace of mind, scale right along with the price.
All right, feeling a little more confident? Good. Now, let's turn all that knowledge into action. Here are the practical steps you can take right now to check out and upgrade your own security.
Okay, first things first, if you do decide to upgrade, you need to get the right size. Now, measuring is actually super easy, don't worry. Just open your door, find that central fixing screw on the narrow edge of the door. You're going to measure from the center of that screw to the outside edge of the handle, and then do the exact same thing for the inside edge. You'll end up with two numbers, something like 35 millimeters and 45 millimeters. And that's your size, 35, 45. Simple as that. So, when is it time for a new lock anyway? Here's a quick checklist. You should always replace them when you move into a new house, because you just never know who might have a spare key floating around. Obviously, replace them if they're damaged or after a break-in. And a really good rule of thumb is to think about an upgrade every 5 to 10 years, just because security technology is always improving.
So, what's the bottom line here? Look, your home is your fortress. It's the one place you and your family should feel the absolute safest. But any fortress is only as strong as its gates. And after everything we've looked at today, the only question left is it time to check yours? Thanks for watching.